All right, shalom, shalom. I'm going to start off this video by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakah HaKodash. Double honor to the apostles and the elder bishops, a great millstone that rule well, that teach well, while learning this truth 100% according to the Bible. Also want to say shalom to the elect, the 144,000 men, prophet, servants scattered abroad the four corners of the earth. And shalom to you, Akwaf, which are you sisters that are sincere in your children, shalom. And in today's video, as you can see, is going to be a video building off of Dabu 7. And as you can see from the title of the video, it says, a Harvard professor warns incoming interstellar alien probe could have weaponry called to intercept, you see. So ultimately, we know what this is tying into, and the beloved Apostle Tahar did a video on this yesterday, and I'm kind of bagging off of what he did, where he basically was talking about the war in heaven, you see, and we know that's going to take place in the very near future, and that's what all of this is being built up towards. And Esau know that these so-called UFOs that he want to call them are the chariots of the Lord, and that they're coming soon. You see, that's what these devils are scared of, They know that this time coming, right? So I'm actually grab this precept real quick before I even get into the video, right? This is Revelations chapter 12, and I'm going to start at verse 7. It said, and there was war in heaven, right? Which is talking about when the Lord's chariot come into this earth's atmosphere, right? They're going to be in the sky. It said Michael and his angels, right? Which is, the archangel Michael and the heavenly hosts, right? The chariots fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels. You see, that's going to be Esau, his military, all of them ultimately trying to fight against the Lord when he makes his second return, you see. And this is verse 8. It says, and prevailed not, neither was their place found any more in heaven, you see, because ultimately Lord Yahushua and the heavenly host, when they return, they're going to destroy Esau, Edom, man. They're going to take down this man's queendom, you see, when they return, ultimately. So, even though he's going to try to fight against the Lord, is not going to prevail. You see, it's not going to, be accomplished. He's going to fail, miserably. Right. So I'm actually get back into this video. Like I said before, we're just going to listen to what it is he's saying, and I'm going to get a few precepts, you see. But before I start this video, I'm going to say fair use under the 1976 Copyright Act. I'm not getting paid for this video. This is only for educational purposes only, fair use.
This is Dabu 7. Some updates here to this mystery object Atlas that's on this path toward Earth and has raised a lot of speculation. We actually have an astrophysicist out of Harvard here saying that this thing only has a 0.2% probability of having a natural trajectory. Saying that right out of the gate, the way that it's dropping down, he says it could be alien life or other life, so to speak, heading this way, and for good or bad, it may come to save us or destroy us.
All right. And you heard what it is that the guy said in the video, that is either coming to save us or to destroy us. And that's exactly what these chariots are going to do. You see, the Lord is coming to deliver his elect of the nation of Israel and the rest of the people here in America, and various other places that are going to get hit. The Lord is going to destroy them, man, via these so-called UFOs, which are the chariots of Israel, as it tells you in 2 Kings chapter 2, verse 12, man. You see? And we know that ultimately that's what the Lord is going to return in, man. You see, a so-called UFO. And I'm actually prove that. This is Acts chapter 1, and I'm going to start at verse 9. It said, and when he had spoken these things, while they beheld, he was taken up, and a cloud received him out of their sight. You see, the cloud is a dark sand for the chariots, you see. And it said, verse 10, and while they looked steadfastly towards heaven, this is the disciples, which became apostles later on. They were looking towards the heaven. They was gazed at how they seen the Lord being beamed up, you see, because it was a sight to see, right? And it says, as he went up, behold, two men stood by them in white apparel, which were angels, you see. And it says, which also said, ye men of Galilee, why stand ye gazing up into heaven? You see, because they was stunned, man. I mean, you got to imagine seeing something like that with your human eyes, seeing the Lord getting beamed up, you see. And that's what the disciples saw, man. You see, so they were just stunned, amazed by seeing that. And it says, this same Yahushua, which is taken up from you into heaven, shall so come in like manner as ye have seen him go into heaven, you see. And our Lord Yahushua was beamed up in the chariots, just like Elijah was, you see. And that's how Lord Yahushua is coming back, the same way he left this place, which is coming back in the chariot, man, which is a so-called UFO. And that's what these devils, you see, these elites, that's what they know is coming, man, you see, and ain't nothing they can do about it. Right. I'm going to grab this precept real quick. This is Revelation chapter 1, and I'm going to start at verse 7. right? In the KJV, it said, behold, he cometh with clouds. You see, that's going to be the Lord coming with the heavenly host, man. You see, the archangel Michael and all of the other different angels, they're going to be accompanying the Lord, and they're going to be in chariots as well. But the Lord is going to be in the biggest one of them all, the fathership, you see. And it says, and every eye shall see him. You know, everybody's going to see the Lord when he returns. You see, it's not going to be no denying who that is when he returns. People are going to know, man. You see. It says, and they also which pierced him, going into reincarnation, which are the same 2/3 of our people that said, allow his blood to be upon our heads and our children. They're here. And those Roman centurions that were responsible for, crucifying our Lord. They're all here today. You see, that proves to you that reincarnation is all biblical, man. You see. And it said, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him, even so am I. Like I said, people are going to be in fear, man. You see, it tells you how men's hearts shall fail them for fear, man. Looking after those things which are coming upon the earth. You see, roughly paraphrasing Luke 21-26, people are going to be completely bugged out, man, when they see the Lord return, man. And like I was saying, the Lord is returning to ultimately to deliver his elect and to bring judgment. So I'm actually grab this precept as well. This is Matthew chapter 24, and I'm going to start at verse 29. It said, immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken. You see? Verse 30, and then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven. You see? And then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, right? And they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory, right? Verse 31, and he shall send his angels, right, with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect, right, that remnant, the 1/3, from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other, you see, and they're going to be being beamed up in the chariots, which are what these people ignorantly call UFOs or spaceships. You see, that's what the Lord is coming back to deliver his elect in. And everybody else that's ultimately not of that elect number here in America and various other places, like I said earlier, that the Lord is going to melt with these chariots. This is what they're going to face. This is Isaiah 66, verse 15. It said, for behold, the Lord will come with fire and with his chariots, right, like a whirlwind to render his anger, with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire, man. You see? Verse 16, it said, for by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many. You see, because when the Lord returns, man, he's not coming back, as a lot of people have it depicted in their mind. You see that the Lord is coming back, loving everybody, kisses and hugs, saving everybody and all of that different type of stuff. No, the Lord is coming to deliver his elect and to destroy people, man. You see, the slain of the Lord should be many. That means the Lord is coming to kill a lot of people, man. You see, and this is what they won't tell you in the Christian church, you see. And I'm going to go to Isaiah chapter 47, and I'm going to read verse 3. It said, thy nakedness shall be uncovered, right? Talking about Esau, Edom, man. You see? Yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. You see, because when the Lord returns to this earth, he's not coming back how he was 2,000 years ago when he was in the flesh. No, he's coming back as an angelic being. You see? And he's coming to take down Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, this devil. You see, to knock him out of power, man. You see, and establish the kingdom of heaven on earth. That's what's coming. All right. Verse 4. As for our Redeemer, the Lord of hosts is his name, the Holy One of Israel. You see? So like I said before, these devils, these elites, they know what's coming, man. That's why they're trying to move quickly with their New World Order agenda, because they know it's only a matter of time before the Lord returns, man. They know they don't have a lot of time to continue to do the things that they're doing. They know it's only a matter of time, and they know that these chariots are coming. Right. So, yeah, I'm going to get back into the video so we can listen to some more. Right. So bear with me.
What he's saying, it's his opinion. Avi Loeb, this professor, has been watching this since they discovered this. And all this information has been out there. A lot of the images we're getting, they're grainy, and you can see it moving, and they're tracking it. All kinds of people are tracking it out there. But you really can't make out much of it. Definitely can't see a tail off of it at this point. And it's pretty crazy to think that they're saying that it's the largest object they've ever seen coming into our area, and the fastest, moving at 130,000 miles an hour. So really, in my opinion, you're going to have to wait till it gets closer. When we tracked LNN, ISIN, When they got closer, the characteristics changed because you could see some definition in it. And one of them had a crazy shape. And then you look at Oumuamua, the very first interstellar object that came through here. Long, cylindrical, metallic in nature. They had never said that before. The name meant scout, which is something that you send ahead of the larger army. Okay,
right. And you hear what it is that the guy's saying, and that's true because we know the chariots come in all shapes, sizes, and forms. You see, they can kind of shapeshift. They can, they're not of this world. So the things that Esau's technology and the things that he can do, these chariots of the Lord are far, far, far more superior and advanced than anything that Esau thinks he possesses. That's why ultimately when this devil tries to fight against the Lord, he's going to be destroyed. Right. And I'm actually grabbed that. This is 2 Esdras chapter 13, verse 1. And it came to pass after 7 days, I dreamed a dream by night. This is the prophet Esdras receiving a dream from the angel Uriel. Verse 2, it said, and lo, there arose a wind from the sea that it moved all the ways thereof. That's going to be the Lord coming into this third dimension, man. You see, coming into this earthly realm. You see, from the heavens, the fourth dimension. It says, verse 3, and I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. You see, that's Lord Yahushua coming with the heavenly host, man. Right. And it said, and when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him. People are going to be completely afraid, man. You see, people are not going to know what to do in that moment. Everybody is going to be overcome by fear. These devils, you see, the 2/3, all of these people, man. You see, the only people that are going to have a knowledge of what's taking place is the Lord's elect. You see. And it says, verse 4, and whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burned that heard his voice, like as the earth felleth when it filleth the fire, you see. And we know what that is talking about when it says his mouth and people felt fire. That's talking about the laser beams that are going to be shooting out of his chariots. You see, that goes into what I read earlier in Isaiah 66 and 15. You see, that's what's going to be taking place when these chariots come into this Earth's atmosphere, man, or these so-called UFOs that they want to call them. Right. And it says, verse 5, and after this I beheld, and lo, there were gathered together a multitude of men out of number from the four winds of the heaven to subdue the man that came out of the sea. You see, and that goes into what I read earlier in Revelations chapter 12, verse 7. You see, when you're going to have Esau and these militaries, all of these nations, they're going to come together in unison to try to fight against the Lord when he returns. You see, but we already know how that's going to end for these nations. Right. And I'm going to finish reading on down. It says verse 6, but I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain and flew up upon it. Right. Verse 7, but I would have seen the regional place whereout the hill was graven, and I could not. That's Esdras talking about how long and big, and gigantic the chariot, right, or the so-called spaceship that the Lord Yahushua is returning in. You see, it's going to be so big, man. That's why it tells you everybody's going to see the Lord, because it's going to be gigantic, man. You see, Esdras said that he couldn't even number the beginning to the end of it because that's just how long it was in his dream. So just imagine how much more when we see this thing actually appear in real time, because we know that these events are coming quickly, man. You see, and we know it's only a matter of time before the Lord returns, man. Look at all the prophecies that are happening. You see, you got World War III already here. You got the MOTB slowly but surely being introduced. I mean, everything is already set in order, man. So we know, hey, this day is not far from coming. You see, it's only a matter of time. Right. But this is verse 8. And it said, and after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were so afraid. Right. Because these nations are going to be afraid, man. Because like I said before, the Lord is not coming as a man. He's coming as a angelic power, man. You see, and these devils are going to be afraid. But you see, the Lord is going to put the spirit on Esau to fight regardless. That's why I said, and yet there's fight, because they're going to have to fight anyway, even though they don't want to. You see, the Lord is going to manipulate their minds to make them feel as though they have a chance to fight against the Lord. And that's why it tells you this precept right here. I'm going to grab that and we're going to come back. This is Obadiah, right? Chapter 1, and I'm going to start at verse 3 in the KJV, getting straight to the point. It says, the pride of thine heart have deceived thee, meaning his mind, because this man's technology and all of the things that he possessed, he's really going to feel in his mind that he can fight against the Lord and win. You see, that's what he's going to think, because he's full of pride, And it said, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rocks, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground, right? Esau, Edom. Verse 4, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Like I said, the Lord is going to bring this man down, right? So this is back in 2nd Esdras chapter 13, and I'm going to start at verse 9. It said, and lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war. You see, because the Lord is not going to have to do anything to these people, man. You see, the Lord is really showing Esau the power that he possessed in this moment. That's what he's going to show him. The Lord ain't going to have to even move. You know what I mean? The chariots are going to do all the work, man. You see? So it says, verse 10, but only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire. You see, gonna be the laser beams. And out of his lips a flaming breath, you see? And out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests, man. The Lord is gonna melt these devils, man. You see? Verse 11, and they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude. You see, that's going to be the Lord melting these armies over there in the valley of Jehoshaphat, man, right? Because the Lord is going to return during the midst of World War III. You see, and we see World War III is already here. You know, it's just a matter of time, man. So it says, which was prepared to fight and burned them up every one, so that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude, nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and the smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid. And that's exactly how it's going to be. It's going to be a fearful sight, man. You see, that's why it scared the prophet Esdras, man, because we know when the Lord returns, as it tells you in this precept right here, I'm going to get Amos chapter 5. And I'm going to start at verse, I'm going to go down to verse 18. It said, woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord, right? To what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light, you see, because it's going to be a terrible day when the Lord returns, you see. Like I said earlier, a lot of people believe through Christianity and a lot of different other things that they were taught coming up in these churches, these harlot houses, that the Lord loves everybody. He's coming back with hugs and kisses and birthday cakes and all type of different madness, man. But no, when the Lord really returns, man, he's coming back to, like I said, you know, to destroy Esau, Edom's kingdom, man. You know, that's what he's coming to do. And it's not going to be a day of, you know, sunshines and sparkles, man. No, it's going to be a day of judgment and darkness. Right. And it says, verse 19, as if a man did flee from a lion and the bear met him, or went into the house and leaned his hand on the wall and the serpent bit him. You see, so it's going to be evils all over. You're not going to be able to escape the judgment of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, man. You see, for the 2/3 and the heathens that are ultimately going to be left over here in America, you see, because this place is going to be utterly destroyed. You see, by the laser beams and also those ICBM missiles. Right. It says, verse 20, shall not the day of the Lord be darkness and not light, even very dark, and no brightness in it, right? You see, it tells you about that in the book of Joel too, that the day of the Lord is gloominess and darkness. You see, so it's going to be a terrible day, especially for those people that are not of the Lord's remnant, that are not of the elect, man. It's going to be a fearful day for you, you know, and you people are not going to escape it. You see, so I'm gonna get back into the video so we can watch just a little bit more of what he's saying. But this is what's coming. You see, that's why we urge and warn you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians to seek Yahweh Bashim Yahushua and to get right with the Lord while you still have time, man. Because, hey, these events are going to come to pass, man. You see, and like I said, we're on the cusp of these things taking place. It's only a matter of time. We don't have long, even though a lot of you people like to believe these things will never come to pass. You see, but hey, it's going to come, man. And it's going to catch a lot of you people off guard. You see, as it tells you in this precept, I'm going to grab that. Then we'll get into the video. Right. This is St. Matthew chapter 24. And I'm going to go down to verse. Let me go down. I'm going to start at verse 36. But it said, but of that day and hour knoweth no man. No, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only, right? Talking about the Heavenly Father, Yahweh. But the Lord have gave us the blueprint to allow us to know that these things are fastly approaching. And we see that through the prophecies, you see. And it says, verse 37, but as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. You see, it's going to catch these people off guard, man. Right. Verse 38, for as in the days that were before the flood, right, which was the first death, right, the whole earth being subdued in water and the Lord only delivering Noah and his family, which were the elect at that time, right? They were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, right? Just like they're going to be doing now when the Lord returns. Nothing's new under the sun. These people are going to be in that same state of mind of doing things, you see. And it says, until the day that Noah entered into the ark, right? and knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. Right? Then I'm going to read this, verse 40. Then shall two be in the field, the one shall be taken and the other left. You see? And that goes into what it tells you in Matthew 25 about the 5 foolish virgins and the 5 wise. You see? Because the Lord is only going to deliver his elect and beam them up. Everybody else, hey, that's not going to have that oil. You see, they have not been watching for the Lord. Guess what? Hey, they're going to be not taken up. They're going to be destroyed. You see? And as it says right here, 2 women shall be grinding at the mill, the one shall be taken and the other left. Verse 42. Watch therefore, for you know not what hour your Lord doth come. You see, but like I said before, through the prophecies that we ultimately see playing out in earth, you see, we see all of the tokens that the Lord have given us jumping off of the pages. So we know that, hey, we're close to this day. You know, we know it's not a long time from now. You know, it's coming soon, right? Fastly approaching. All right. So,
Scout, which is something that you send ahead of the larger army. Okay, and it lifted off up out of here and picked up speed when it did, and they told us all of it. They couldn't keep it a secret because anyone with instruments could track it. Anyone with a backyard telescope can see these things. People just get up their tail and do it. Just like you'll see stuff around the sun, you'll see all types of stuff if you just go and look and quit sitting there doing nothing. I have all types of video that get censored on my channel, all the stuff in the skies around the sun. We've caught it all through archived footage around the sun, monster objects feeding off the sun like it's a gas station.
right. And you hear what it is the guy's saying. And that's true because we're in that time of season, man. You see, you can just go outside and look in the sky and see the chariots. You see, I done seen them numerous of times, and I know you brothers and sisters out there as well that look up in the sky. You see them as well, because we're in that time of season where, like I said, the Lord is allowing his presence to be known. You see, that's why you're seeing so many chariot sightings, man, because we're in that time of season, man. You see, that's how we know we're close, right? So, yeah, you know, that's pretty much everything I had to say with today's video. Lord's willing, I pray it be edifying. Just something quick through the spirit. To the next time, I'm going to say shalom to the elect.